Hey everyone, tonight we are playing a modern league with Blue Red Storm, and in front of you is the list that I recently went 5-0 with. So, my list is very similar to most other lists, except we're not playing Repeal. That card is not very good. And instead, we're just playing a better card in Aria of Flame. So, the reason to run Repeal is that you want to beat Meddling Mage. So, you want to be able to beat Meddling Mage on Grape Shot and then Meddling Mage on Empty the Warrens uh, due to Phantasmal Image, that sort of thing. And Repeal allows you a backdoor. Well, Aria Flame does the same thing, except you're not having a bad draw in your deck. Repeal gets you out of weird situations like main deck Leyline of Sanctity, but that's not super common, and I'd rather have a better card in my deck than try to win around a corner case. So that's the big difference with my list. Everything else in the main deck is pretty stock. I like fetch lands, but they also pair well with our sideboard Blood Moons. We're also running a Gigantha, the Battle Elk, and I can't wait to cast it. So we're gonna just hop right on in. I also like Spell Pierce over Mystical Dispute. I end up siding in Spell Pierce in more matchups. Like I sided in against Burn. I think it's actually very good. So I run Spell Pierce. I don't like Mystical Dispute. My 2 cents. And if you're unfamiliar with me and my content, make sure to check out theepicstorm.com, but also theepicstorm.com/shop to show your appreciation for this Modern Storm video. You can get cool things like card singles for both Legacy and Modern, but you can also get cool TES swag, such as the Storm 20 baseball tee, playmats, pint glasses, and so much more. All right, we're on the play. Reveal our elk. The sand is fine. We'll try this. I like leaving my sideboard open due to playing Wishes and Legacy. I understand that it's not necessary for Modern, but I'm so used to it at this point that I like it being there. It also helps me remember how I sideboarded when I'm in game. We're gonna bottom. Oh no, I can't. This is out of hand. I'm gonna take the land. I would have bottomed both. And then I was thinking preordain. I was like, I'm gonna bottom both and draw. Can't do that. Preordain's not legal. Too strong for Modern. Is it burn anyway? I was even thinking to myself like, well, they didn't reveal Lurrus. They're not on burn, but I was wrong. All right, we're just gonna play opt and pass. Well, we're gonna play a turn and pass. So it is burn. They're giving. It looks like they're giving us a window here. Another brawl. Let's put it on top. Why not? This way we can play out one, and if it dies, that's less damage going to our face. We're looking for gifts ungiven at this point. Third brawl. Maybe I shouldn't have kept that second one. So we're going to get the basic mountain with this one. Well, there's the gifts. And I'm going to bottom Aria, put this on top. And that should allow us to kill on our next turn, even through a removal spell in this brawl. We got pretty lucky in the fact that our opponent never hit a second land. And we will have 3 mana floating, which is the magic number with gifts ungiven. You automatically win. And I say automatically, I mean, there's a small chance you don't win, but typically when you cast gifts and it resolves them, there's 3 mana floating. You win the game. And this is not a very good matchup for us, so taking game number 1 is huge. Whoops. Well, there's the grape shot, so we no longer need to get that. And our opponent's conceded. Alright, so we got game number 1 against Burn. Probably don't want the Blood Moons in this matchup. Alright, so I do think we want the Bolts and the Pierces. I don't think the Gifts Point is actually that good. And I am a fan of boarding out all of the creatures. I just think they're really hard to keep alive, and you'd rather be on a different plan. Not a huge fan of the remand on the draw. I think it's a little bit better on the play. So I'm going to swap one with. Actually, I'm just going to. I'll leave one. I'll do Echoing Truth. The other option is reboard out the gifts. Because really, you want to be winning with Arya. And the backup plan is like you end step gifts with 4 lands and then you kill them. But usually in post board games, you're winning with Arya. Alright. Jegantha. Sadly, cannot keep this. This seems decent. We will gladly pay for. We're going to bottom both of these. We're just looking for Arya Flame right now. We already have 2 cantrips, so we don't really need those. Nice. Just drew a card. You'll love to see it. Suspend Riftbolt. Okay. So we're going to bolt this guy while they're tapped out. And there's our Arya. Hell yeah. Right on time, Arya. I wonder if we should keep back the Visions then. Yeah, I think so. So we do need to get a little bit lucky. We're going to 11 off this Riftbolt. We need the 3 cards in their hand and then their 2 draw steps to not kill us. So land number 3. So now we're at 8. So we're kind of hoping that they have like Searing Blazes stuck in their hand. And our goal on the following turn will be to cast 6 spells and kill them. Okay, so we could just be dead to another Boros Charm or 2 burn spells. Okay, so now it has to be Boros Charm. Past in Flames is not what we wanted. So we're probably not going to be able to chain 6 spells this turn. We needed a better draw than that. A Ritual would have been really good. I'm going to do blue. Yeah, blue. That's a land we can put up like tapped, which isn't the best. I have a feeling we're just dead. We'd have to be incredibly lucky for our opponent not to kill us. They're just slow rolling us? What's the deal? Alright, so we're going to take a Ritual, I guess. Play Opt. It's weird for them to fetch right there and just deal themselves 1 unnecessary damage, but whatever. We have to pass back. If we're lucky enough to be able to untap, we'll see how that goes. Wow. Okay, we beat Burn 1-0. I will take it. Burn can be a little challenging sometimes, so not too bad. Okay, round number 2. I also realized that we got a tiny bit lucky there. Our Burn opponent 2 games in a row just did not have the best draws. I could have let on Canal there, but I want to bluff that we're playing a different deck. Granted, this is going to give it away. Maybe Shadow based on this start. Should I know what this is? I have a secret for you all. I don't know what I'm facing half the time in Modern. Yes, I would love a 3rd land. Okay, so our plan is to play Electromancer and kill our opponent all in 1 fluid motion next turn. Alright, if they're going to leave open mana, maybe we don't do it. And this is why we get punished for casting or waiting to player canals. It's fine. Strix. Yep. Or Ice Fang. Strix. Same difference. So I wonder if they're on Wreck. And they are on Wreck. So, in theory, they could be like a Bant Snowblade deck. But this is the same start my Reclamation opponent had the other day. I don't know what to feel. We're not under any pressure, so I'm just going to draw, play my land, and pass. That's very weird. I guess my Reclamation opponent also wasn't playing Luris. I'm just going to pass. So the nice thing about this is that on their end step I can gift, so if they counter, we untap and kill them. If it resolves, we likely kill them anyway. Fatal Push. Drown in the Lock, okay. Let's see if we can kill him. That's a pretty good start. The land drop there was really nice. Can we win anyway? So 3, 4, 5. We would need a +1 off these. Or another creature. I think we should cycle the Morpho, see what we have available to us. I didn't want to play Visions there because if we draw a Ritual, it stops us from being able to play out all of our stuff. Really want a Ritual here. I would also, a Bear I think also works. Alright, so no removal spell. That's what we're going for. But I imagine if they had a removal spell, they wouldn't have played Drown in the Lock on our Electromancer. Ah, Force Negation. Well, I guess I'm glad that didn't hit our Past in Flames. Okay, another drown was put on top. They have 2 in hand. We could play Ritual into Past in Flames. If we do that, we'll have 2 open, so we can make 4 mana, but we don't actually have a whole lot going on in the graveyard. So I think I'm just going to set up this turn. The empty is actually pretty good. Unfortunate. So we know that our opponent just drew a drown in the lock. Maybe I should have settled for the 8 goblins instead of being greedy. So they have 6 power. We're dead next turn. Putting Cryptic on top. Okay, so that doesn't even... I guess we're not dead next turn. But that would stop our empty from being a blocker. Alright, we're dead. We're just going to go to game 2. They did not go super well. So I board out my creatures in a lot of matchups. A matchup like this where my opponent has a lot of removal is another matchup where I would do that. We're really just looking to resolve Aria and then try to grind that into a win. I don't know if we actually want the shenanigans because we're not trying to like play a ton of spells all in one turn. Or maybe we don't board in all the bolts. That might make sense. Not boarding in all the bolts. Yeah, we can do this. I'm fine with this. I think I'm just going to play this tapped. So we could attempt a ritual aria on turn 2. My issue with that is that we saw that our opponent has force a negation. So if they force a negation it, we're probably not winning this game. All right, we did not hit our third land, so we're going to slight looking for a land here. So I am going to ritual an aria now that I have Pierce back up. Wow, that resolved. A little shocked by that. I'm not going to waste the spell Pierce on that. I could use it to protect my aria from like a cryptic command or something. Opponent's at 29. We have a tough decision right here. Whether or not to empty your grape shot plus slight. So the slight line doesn't actually win this turn. It's because we would deal them 4 and then 5 plus 5, so 10, 14. So I'm going to empty. Apply some pressure. They just have a lot of graveyard hate. If that's going to be the case, maybe I just board out the... I don't know if I want to be all in an aria, though. I'm choosing not to spell Pierce this. I don't want to leave myself open if I don't have to. Because like that could have been a cryptic command right there on the aria, which sets us pretty far back. So now we get to attack for 8. They'll block and take 1. I'm sorry, block take 7, avoiding 1, and then we'll cast Sleight of Hand, which should kill them. Alright, so we got game number 2. Can't help but wonder if we're supposed to be boarding this plan out. I'm just a little worried about being all in on the Aria Flames. Alright, I'm gonna do it. If you watch my videos, you'll notice I change my board plans and stuff like that all the time. It's kind of just a gut feeling. I don't believe in like 100% sideboard guides or every game playing out the same. I think that it should be like an ebb and flow. This hand's pretty good. We just really want to cantrip into a few lands. Alright, so we're going to Visions here. Bottom both because there's no land. Alright, I'm just going to pass due to drawing the land. On their end step, I'll cast Opt. Gonna bottom the empty. We just want lands at this point. See if they'll counter this Visions. So this is interesting. Because we could like try to set up like a Grape Shot, Remand, Grape Shot. I think we need more lands. So that's a tiny bit awkward. This is what I was worried about. I think we just move to discard and then get rid of a ritual. Fortunately for us, we're not under a ton of pressure just yet. We'll remand this. A little bit weird. We'll pierce. So we know that our opponent has a Snapcaster in hand. Part of me wonders if we should be trying to resolve this Blood Moon. I don't know. They have double Astrolabe. That doesn't seem like a very good plan. Maybe I should have boarded those out. I don't know. We could use this time to play our companion, Jegantha. See if we can draw out a counter spell. It's honestly not the worst thing. Sweet. Alright, so we know that our opponent has a Cling in their hand. We're going to eat. So one thing about the Cling is they can gain 3 life with Giganta. See if we can draw out another counter here. Even if it just does tax their mana a tiny bit, this Blood Moon will end up being worth it. Did I must have messed up. For some reason, I was thinking they still had a Cling. They don't. I mean, they could have one in their hand. Who knows? So them being at 13 is a good sign for us. Now we're going to fall down to 5. So we're dead to a Snapcaster. Time to start blasting. Hmm. Okay. I'm not going to fight over that. It's not worth it based on how this game's played out. If they have a Snapcaster, we're just dead. Um, yeah, we're dead. Well, we do have bolts we could draw. And that'll do. So we did not win this match. So you might have thought about going for it there. I don't think it was correct because like our opponent could have just snapped, drowned our ritual, and then we would have been stuck on one land. Who's to say they didn't have something here for if we pierce? I don't know. I think it's a little bit of wishful thinking where we had a very strong chance of winning next turn. Maybe I'm wrong. We never drew an Aria in that very long game 3. And for what it's worth, I don't know if I would have wanted the gifts package. We were really constrained on mana that entire game. The benefit of having it would have been to like gifts on their end step and hope that they counter. But they had cling the entire time, which made it kind of awkward. Like they clinged us what twice in game 3. I should fix a record. We're 1-1. This seems okay. Not in love with this hand, but it's fine. Will this be the game we ramp out a Battle Elk? Who knows? That's Tron. So we want to draw gifts. We don't really want to be playing our Elk. Come on, gifts and given. Maybe I'm supposed to play Electromancer there in case they do curve out into Karn. Electromancer attacks for 2, which might be more relevant. Okay, so they're on Eldrazi drawn. Timely gifts and given. The Blood Moons are going to be pretty good in this matchup. So worst case scenario, this gets hit by a Warping Whale, but then we could have played Giganta. Infinite red mana. What if they decided to warping rail this one and it was just like the greatest warping rail of all time? Alright, well, we got game on against Eldrazi-Tron. Blood Moon. So in the past, and I know this might be a little bit nuts, I've just boarded out 12 cantrips before. Uh, Probably not the best move, but I think it's fine. Excuse me. I think Spell Pierce might be okay here. Karn the Great Creator, Ugin. They do have a main deck Warping Whale. Shells of the Void. Spell Pierce might not be the best. I'm also thinking that maybe Remand isn't what we want on the draw. Might be a on the play sort of card. We could also just try not keeping this stuff in. Like just board out this entirely. Board back in a one of something. But I don't think that's super good, so I'm just gonna take out the remands. Alright, we're a land away from a turn 2 Blood Moon. Can we do it? I'm gonna keep this. Gotta live a little, right? We have 16 lands we can draw over the next 2 turns. There it be. So what's unfortunate about this map is that our opponent can use it to go get a waste. We're just going to ritual out the moon. You could, in theory, shenanigans the map, but then you risk getting hit by Thought Nazi around their turn. I think we take the land here. So it'll be interesting to see if our opponent plays a Thought Knot this turn, because that means that they would have had one on the previous turn. Yeah, we would have gotten hit by turn 3 Thought Knot. So in my opinion, we made the right move. You got a Morphos, dude. No. Next turn we'll play Jegantha, assuming we don't draw an Area Flame. So it'll be interesting to see if our opponent has a Reality Smasher on their turn. And down comes the elk. And they have Dismember. If this is Thought-Knot Seer, we're in trouble. Or not Thought-Knot Seer. I just said it. Reality Smasher. Okay, well, it's not a Smasher. Past in Flames is interesting. If they don't have creatures in hand, they probably have removal, right? I wonder if they're considering a surgical. I don't know if this deck plays Rav Trap or not. Yep, they had another Dismember. That's fine. I think I actually want the Ritual over the Echoing Truth. Echoing Truth is essentially a draw spell that buys us time, but I don't think that's exactly what we need at this exact moment. We're kind of just looking to kill them. And they've made it much easier by going to 12 alive. This 6-mana Ugin. Alright, so they can kill our Blood Moon next turn. So we need to go for it right now. Well, that was good. So we needed one more Ritual in the graveyard to get up to 5 mana. So this is actually kind of awkward. Did not need another one of those. So I think we're on the Find Grape Shop plan. Once again, we're a mana short now. So if we hit a ritual off this Morphos, we could cast the empty. Another Blood Moon. Alright, sleight of hand. This needs to be a grape shot. That would put them to 1. That's okay. I think that's actually fine. Okay, so we're going to put our opponent to 1. And hopefully we don't die. Because if we get to untap, what we can do is play Arya, put the trigger on the stack, abrade something, kill them. Ah, they drew the Smasher. Close. Okay. So I'm going to board in the counters now. Seeing that they left in Dismember, I'm fine with boarding out the Brawls. Let's try this. One storm short. This is a solid hand. Just in case they play a Chalice 1, we're going to play, or hold up the Pierce. Alright, we're going to ritual out Arya. And then the rest of this game is going to be about remanding and spell piercing things. I think I'm going to hold the Visions. It's not worth not hitting the land drop. Being able to remand a Thought-Knot Seer here is much better. Alright, we're going to ritual deal them 1. Alright, I'm going to pass again. Hopefully we don't die to this reshaper. There's our land drop. Be interesting to see what the reshaper was bait for. Nothing, apparently. Hmm. I don't think I actually want the Blood Moon. It'd be nice if they like try to cast you again here. I could double pierce it or something. We're going to 8, which is not a very high life total at the moment. There's a chalice. They chose not to cast the reshaper. Think we have lethal. Full control. Nice. 2-1. That's an interesting match. We've had some decent games so far. I'd say that none of these matchups are super favorable either. Like Burn is a tough matchup. The Bug Snow deck seemed very tough. They had a lot of interaction. Eldrazi Tron is not a good matchup for a Storm. If you're unfamiliar with me and my content, make sure to follow the Epic Storm on all of our social channels. Okay, match number 4, we're on the play. So I'm not really sure what our opponent's playing. Dark Slip Shores. Is this ad nauseum? That's not a good matchup for us if it is. I don't know another deck that plays Dark Slick Shores. Do they still play like Silence? Oh, this is definitely ad nauseum. What is up with all these awful matchups? I think they run main deck Silence. I'm gonna have to look up. I don't even know if that's a real deck anymore. Alright, I don't see main deck Silence, so that's good. We will be trying to go off the hard way. Another Gifts is interesting. I wonder if we're supposed to try to opt into a creature here. Because our percentages go way up if we hit. Well, Remand isn't bad. I think that makes me comfortable passing. Because now if they try to win with Ednaz, I can just Remand it. So like an SSG plus the 2 cards would kill us in response. And I don't really want to play into that, so I'm going to pass. I don't know if they have a way of beating Remand out of this position. I guess they could just like Spoils of the Vault Thassa's Oracle. That would kill us because we couldn't afford to pay for. We're dead. Maybe we should have went for it. Because now they can just play Oracle twice. Unless I hit another Remand. How lucky are we? Turns out we never were in it. There's one Pact of Negation in this list. At least the one that I have up. I don't even know if you really want to be doing the breed thing or shenanigans. Like, I don't think that's what we want to be doing. We need the Echoing Truth in order to beat Leyline. According to this list, they played 2 Veil, which is also really bad for us. So it turns out no matter what I did on the previous turn, I wasn't going to win. I think I'm just supposed to board out a cantrip. This has been 4 difficult matchups in a row. If we can hit lands, this is okay. It's kind of a tall order. Because I mean, hitting lands isn't a tall order, but like being able to disrupt our opponent and do our thing. Our opponent's mulling to 4. They're digging for a Leyline. Leyline is Sanctity. Leyline of Sanctity shuts off Gifts and Given. Alright, we hit our second land. That's good. Alright, no Lotus. I guess we could lose to Black Source spoils Oracle there. Alright, let's see if we can win. Just casting spells. Actually, I guess I might as well play the Electromancer. Alright, so we won game number 2. Our opponent gifted us a game. I'm wondering if maybe we should, you know, have the sleight of hand in the deck to help not lose the ley line, or like an empty. But empty is like not really what you want to be doing. This hand is not very good. If these two were like land a creature, I'd love this hand. This is better. Bottom the third land. Alright, we could be dead next turn. Not cool, dude. Let's cycle. We don't have enough resources there to go Ritual Morphos win. Oh, they just had it? That's nuts. Assuming they spoils here. No, they didn't just have it. We do not have a deterministic line here. We're just trying to see how far we can go. We'll keep that, but it's almost a trap. Because I'm pretty sure our opponent has like a veil. Or something. We don't need these, so we'll bottom. I'm just trying to play cautiously. And I don't really want to gifts right now just because we've put so many cards on the bottom at this point. I mean, I'm going to end up having the gifts here, but We do have double counter backup. But I was trying to avoid anything our opponent, in theory, could have. They just had nothing. Wow. All right, then. 3-1. This has been a pretty interesting league so far. I would accept a very easy matchup for round 5. I would not be against it. And once again, if you want to support the content that you're watching, theepicstorm.com/shop. Cards, tokens, t-shirts, pens, pint glasses, stickers, and so much more. All right, round number 5. We're on the play against Cool 95. Umori. Is this the Drudge deck? It's pretty cool, if it is. I feel like I'm supposed to let them have the Noble Hierarch so I can untap and grape shot a couple things. Well, I certainly can't grape shot that. Maybe I made a mistake. Hmm. We could ritual for and make 8. Yeah, this game, our draw is a little awkward. I think I'm supposed to kill the Hierarch. Maybe I should have done that on turn 2. Wow, no second creature for the Vengevine. It's a little lucky. Okay, we're going to pass and then gifts on their end step. Alright, so this doesn't do anything when it comes into play. As far as I can tell, none of this matters. Because this is not lethal. We are attempting to win on our turn. I say attempting because I don't know if we're going to get there. Alright, a creature would be really nice here. Alright, I'm going to start off by cycling, see if I can hit the creature. And if not, we're just going to go for it the hard way. Okay, so our opponent's at 16. I don't think we can win with an Aria trigger on the stack, but I could be wrong. We do have 3 ops in there. Actually, I think we can. Alright, so let's cast some spells. I'll hold control. Okay, yeah, I'm going to undo that because I don't want this to resolve. And our opponent's conceded. Nice. Ended up working out. So the all creature deck probably doesn't have a whole lot of removal. So I'm definitely going to leave in these, our creatures. Remand seems like it's a little bit questionable. I do like Bolt here. Probably want these. Maybe that's actually better than Bolt. Yeah, I'm just going to board like that. Why not? And throughout the course of this video, if you felt like I was boarding wrong or incorrectly or questioning my plays, any of that good stuff, feel free to leave a comment. I will do my best to explain why I did certain things. Sometimes I just try things out. So that could be the answer. Do we hit lands 2 and 3? Our opponent did not reveal their companion, which means that they boarded in spells. Double birds. So if we could hit a Manamorphose that would encourage our opponent to tap out next turn. I'd rather not play my Brawl into the removal if I don't have to. But that isn't really what I wanted. Maybe you should have taken the land there. That was a mistake. Maybe not. I don't know what I'm saying. Because then next turn I can play the Aria. Our opponent just flattered us, gave me a compliment. It's awfully nice of them. So we're going to get smacked here for 7, going on to 12, and then likely 7 again on the following turn. So we would like to draw another land next turn, or a Manamorphose. I don't know what this is. Oh, hollow one. Okay, so we're taking 7 again here. Alright, we really want a blue source or a Morphos. That's not going to do it. Oh, crap. Well, I guess I can just ritual into gifts. See if I can do it that way. Then we can splice these. How far can we go? Our opponent says GG's, GG's indeed. See if they concede. And they did. So we would have gotten 2 guaranteed spells there. So I just want to go through this to make sure we actually had lethal. So 2 spells is 13 damage. Yeah, okay. So we guarantee had a win there. So we finished 4-1. Pretty cool. Let's go over the list one more time. Added to my collection. Blood Moons, we use those against the Eldrazi Tron deck. We did side them against the Bug Snow deck. In hindsight, I don't think I'd side those again. I've never seen that deck before, so I probably would not side that again. Spell Pierce was terrific. You'll notice I boarded it against Eldrazi-tron. It comes in a number of matchups. So that's why I don't like Mystical Dispute. I also boarded it in against Burn. It's just a lot more versatile. Uh, we played Giganta a few times. It was fine. It ate a removal spell a couple of times, ate a counter spell. It's fine. I mean, it's never going to be an all-star in this deck because it doesn't go with our plan, but sometimes it's just a huge beater that soaks up a counter spell, a removal spell. I've had it tap for mana before, so that's kind of cool. Our main deck Aria came up a few times, which was pretty cool. Never once wanted to repeal. So, yeah. Once again, thank you for watching. Feel free to leave comments on YouTube.